Adding and subtracting fractions, equivalent fractions. Equivalent fractions are fractions that represent the same portion of a whole. Equivalent fraction. For example, 1/2. We have a diagram, a box where we are splitting this box in half, and we're going to shade one part of this box because fractions are parts out of a whole. Now 1/2 is equivalent to 2/4. Well, we're going to divide this box into 4 equal parts and shade 2 parts out of the 4. If you notice, the same sides are being shaded. So equivalent fractions are written differently, but represents the same quantity. Okay, so we can say 3/6, 4/8, 5/10. They are all equal fractions or equivalent to 1/2. So let's look at how to convert a fraction with a given denominator. We have here write 7/8 as an equivalent fraction with a denominator of 56. So as we convert this 7/8 into 56, I want you to think about whenever we convert a fraction, the rule says whenever you multiply or divide a number to a fraction, it must be multiplied or divided to the numerator and denominator, and it must be the same identical number. So whenever I convert a fraction, I start from the denominator. So I look at the denominator and I ask myself, 8 times what number would give us 56? Well, 8 times 7. So I'm multiplying 7 to the 8, and then I'm going to have to multiply 7 to the 7 that's in the numerator. And then 7 times 7 is 49. So we have 7/8 is the same thing as 49/56, and those two fractions are equivalent. Next example, we have here 1/4. We're converting to 20ths. Leave some space here. So here again, starting from the denominator, I want to convert the fourths, or this 4 into 20, and 1/4 into 20th. So we're going to times this 1/4 by 5. 4 times what number would give us 20? And that is 5. So we're multiplying 5 to the denominator and 5 to the numerator. And we have 5 times 1, which gives us 5. And our equivalent fraction is 5/20. Write an equivalent fraction with the given denominator. And we have here 3x/7. And that equals to, we're going to fill in the missing part, over 42. So as we convert this fraction, let's start from the denominator. What can we multiply 7 by that would give us 42? And if you remember, whatever we multiply in the numerator, whatever the number that we find, whenever we multiply in the numerator, we're going to have to multiply that number in the denominator. As well as, we're starting from the denominator. So we're going to multiply 7 by 6. As I times 7 to the 6, we have 42 in the denominator. As we multiply 3x and 6 together, we have 18x. So our equivalent fraction was equivalent to 3x over 7, 18x over 42. We're going to convert 4 into some number over 6. All right, so we have an integer 4, and we want to convert that into a fraction. So before we start this, let's make the 4 into a fraction by placing a 1 under it. And then let's start from the denominator. 1 times what number would give us 6? Well, we're going to multiply 6 to the 1. And as we multiply 6 to the 1, we're going to multiply 6 to the 4. And we multiply 6 and 4, and we have 24. So what fraction is equivalent to 4 when we convert the 4 into 6? We have 24 over 6. We have 9 over 4x. And we want to convert that fraction into having a denominator of 36x. So I like to start from the denominator when I convert. So let's look at it. 4x times what would give us 36x? What can we multiply 4x by? So we can have 36x, or 4 times what would give us 36? We have 9. So we're going to times 9 to the 4x, and we have 36x, and we're going to times the 9 to the 9 that's in the numerator, and 9 times 9 we have 81. So the fraction that's equivalent to 9 over 4x is 81 over 36x.